everyone, Zoraz here from Not Casuals, and today I'm bringing you a special video sponsored by Age of Apes where I'm going to go over what this game is all about. Now, a few months ago, I used to play this game and I have made a few videos on the channel about it, and I really enjoyed it, but it had just released, and now a few months later, there has been tons of new updates, tons of patch, a lot more content, and the game looks even better than it used to. So I am going to let you know what I think about this game, what has changed, some of the basics, and why I think right now is the perfect time to start playing it if you are into these types of games. So before I go any further, I want to let you know that right now there is a special event in the game where if you enter this code, which is my code, you will get up to $100 worth of free reward. Once you reach City Hall level 5, you will have a place here to enter the code in. When you claim it, you'll get a lot of free stuff in the game that will help you progress a lot easier at the beginning. So it is a promotion that only lasts for the next 9 days as of the recording of this video. So it is very good to do so right now if you're interested in playing this game. There's also a lot of Christmas events and patches coming very shortly, so there'll be a lot going on. So there has never been a better time to start playing this game right now. Now, as well, in the description of this video, I will put a special link for you to download the game, as well as the code so that you can copy paste it easier if you need access, and all the information that you'll need to know about the game will be in the description as well. So feel free to check it out if you're interested in supporting us or just checking out the game for yourself. Now, before you can use this code, you will have to reach level 5 in your city, and that will take you less than an hour, and then you will have access to this. So if you don't see where to put it on, just make sure to level up your city a little bit, do the tutorial, and then you'll be able to do so easily. So what is Age of Apes? Now, Age of Apes is a game that is classified as an MMO strategy game. For those of you who have watched this channel when we covered Rise of Kingdoms, it is very similar to Rise of Kingdoms in its gameplay, though it has a very different core system of how the servers and the different alliances work together. So in Age of Apes, the world of humans has ended, and this is basically apes who have taken over, and you are one of 6 different clans who are trying to fight for world and space domination. You will work with your own clan to try and take control of the Earth and launch your own rocket into space first, and then you will fight for space domination against the other clans. So it has a lot of PvP as well as PvE aspects to this game. Now, I'm going to go over this video in a few different sections. So first, I'm going to talk about the city management and how it works in order to build your armies, build your city, upgrade your stuff. Then I'm going to go over the alliance and the world domination, space domination aspect, and show you kind of the goals and what's happening out there. And then I will go over some of the PvP and war aspects of the game and how they work. And lastly, I will try and cover the PvE aspects, the events, and the quests that are going on, and all the different things that are happening, as well as all the cool characters that you can have to lead your army. So first, of course, it is a city management game, so you have a city hall, you have a main building that you can level up quite high level, and it will be something that will require other buildings to have been built to a certain level. So you'll see that you can level up your different buildings, and you can just simply go here and upgrade. They have a certain amount of time required, and as I said, other buildings that are required beforehand. So this is pretty straightforward. If you've played this type of game before, you know how this works. You also have here different army troops, so you can train these armies over time as well. There's 5 different tier of them, and as you see, they look cooler and cooler. And you will see that there's the usual kind of stuff. So we have basically infantry here, we have shooters here, we have drivers or pilots here, and then we have like tanks or wall breakers that they call them in here. Now you also have 3 different kind of resources plus 1 premium resource. Now, instead of having different buildings for all these resources, it all comes from a holo projector in your city that you can level up slowly but surely. And if you click here, you will see that it basically tells me my generation per hour, and then I have to put batteries in here to recharge it and for it to keep producing these resources. So it's a lot more simplified than other games of the genre. Now, one of the main parts of this game is going to be your own alliance. So in this game, it's called a gang. If I click here, this is my gang. Now, this has the similar systems that we're used to. You can rally and join other players to attack strong monsters. You can also research different technologies that will apply to your whole alliance. You can help each other to reduce the time it takes to level up buildings and such, and as I just did right now. And you also have a gift system where people buying or doing certain achievements in the game will allow everybody to get some gifts for free in the alliance and level up the alliance levels. Now you also have a territory thing, so your alliance is going to have a headquarter and you're going to have distributors that are basically like flags that will go all over the map to connect with each other and create a territory for you. And this is how you're going to be basically going for your rocket. So if I zoom out here a little bit, you'll see that there is a rocket right here. So this is our main headquarter for the blue color. Now I'll zoom out even more to show you guys. So there is 6 colors total, so there's purple, green, black, red, yellow, and blue. You all start in your own camps and you make your way towards the middle, which is where you launch your rocket from. So this is the blue color's rocket. It is basically a train that you have to take with your color all the way to the middle while fighting the other colors that are trying to do the same. So it is very different of other games in that style where you have a predetermined color that you choose at the beginning, and it is possible to switch, but there are some restrictions. And you all try to make your own rocket go to the middle first by capturing buildings, building tracks and stuff. So it is a very long-term, very interesting progression game that everybody gets to participate in by gathering uranium and bringing it to the rocket to fuel it. And then you'll see as you go, here is the track. We have all these different buildings all over the map here. So you basically conquer them. You take the gates to have access to other areas and fight other people. And eventually you will get bonuses from all these places and you will reach the middle. And this is the launch pad. You'll get a lot of rewards for capturing it, but as well, you will be able to launch into space. And this will unlock the supremacy. And you can see there's a lot of stuff happening here. There's overloads, there's planet buffs, and there's a lot of things happening in space as well, where events are going to start when you reach that place. So as I said, this game also has some PvP. You're going to fight against other players, both to defend your own objectives and your rocket, as well as to do some events and get kills and just basically take territory from others if you'd like. So you'll see that if I go to yellow color, for example, they have their own rocket and all of their cities here, they're all red because they're obviously my enemies. So I could technically scout their city and see what they have. I could attack them, steal their resources, and obviously if they're stronger than me, I would just die. So there's going to be a lot of stuff involved here. You can also eventually rally them with your alliance if you can reach them, and you will fight for supremacy of certain areas. So there is a lot of PvP in this game. It is a very PvP heavy game where there is a lot happening at all times. Now, as I said, you will fight all the way up the middle and you will then conquer space where there will be even more fighting involved. Now, there is a big update that is happening this month where they are introducing a server versus server or kingdom versus kingdom, as you will be able to fight with your gang against other gangs of other servers and fight for basically space supremacy, and it will be called the Astral Coliseum. So this is going to be something that is going to allow players to fight against each other. Even though they maybe won their server or conquered everything, they will be able to fight against others. So this is going to be a very fun game mode that is coming very shortly in the game. So as I said, there really hasn't been a better time to start playing this game than now if you are into it. Now, as far as the PvE aspect or the fighting against the world aspect is concerned, you can see that there's a lot of apes around the world that are basically evil apes. Now you can see here they're attacking my friend's convoy and he is defending himself, and he is doing a pretty good job at defending himself. Now I could go and help him with my own troops. You get to choose which heroes you have here. You quite a few heroes to choose from, and this is my little army going to help him. And obviously he's doing pretty well without my help, but there's going to be a lot of this content involved. And you can see I can drag my army around, and there is more monsters here that I can go and fight, which are basically just mutant monkeys that give me a lot of rewards for winning against them. There's also going to be tons of different events in this game that will allow you to fight bosses and gigantic monsters. You can also gather resources, of course. If I look here, you'll see I can find one of these gigantic monsters. Now I need to rally it. I need to go with my whole alliance because they're too strong to fight on our own. So there's a lot of PvE in this game that's very, very cool. And there's also going to be neutral structures around that you will have to capture, basically abandoned human cities and stuff like that, and you'll get a lot of great rewards in those as well. So you can see there's a lot going on in this game. There is never a dull moment. You can always gather, farm something, kill some monsters, work with your alliance. There's also a whole chat system that you can open up and have different chats with your alliance, with the world, with your clan only, which is basically your color. You have private chats. There's really so much going on here. Now I'll take a look at the fighters. Of course, all the fighters you can see here are obviously the ones I have, and you have ones that I don't have right now, and there's new ones being introduced all the time, and they all look pretty damn cool. They all have their special effects and abilities. Now you can see this one's a gatherer that has a gathering skill that I'm using for gathering. This one is a hunter that is good at fighting mutants and as well as good at leading the hitters, which are the melee troops. And I have different abilities on him that I can do. And you have different talent trees that have different effects. So this one is good for a skill effect base. This one is good for white mutants, so killing the mutants around the world. So they all have their specialty. You can see this one's good with pilot, and this one's good at leading and basically defending a city. This one's good with shooters and movement speed. So there's a lot of cool ones in here, and obviously there's different rarities. And the yellow ones are the harder or more epic ones who are much stronger than the others and are much harder to acquire, of course. So, you know, there's really so much to do in this game. Now, one of the last things I want to cover here is this monument. Now, you unlock this when you unlock this building in your city pretty early, the space milestone. If you click here, this is basically the event of the world, which will let you know kind of like when things happen. So you can see that now I'm unlocking stuff because our group has basically achieve these things on the server. So now we can change clans, we can have clan elites, and we are allowed a point where we have to collect uranium for a day and 13 hours. And then once we do that, monkey passes will unlock, repairers will unlock, and then we'll have other stuff to do. Then we can unlock city runes and we'll unlock railways, and you know, we can see it goes on and on and on. There's more and more. You can find cities. Now, if I go up to the end, just to show you guys what it looks like. Now, here was the rocket launch. So you're at this point, you're basically launching a rocket. You can see many different colors coming into the middle. And you will get the supremacy, and then you will get the end here. The launch pad is occupied, then you're going to space supremacy. And then you will get some more stuff happening afterwards that will be related to space supremacy, which can be fought for by other colors. Even though you conquered it once, you can lose it again. So it'll be a constant battle of keeping the space supremacy while keeping up with the new events and the SVS, so the fighting against the other servers, all that kind of stuff. So I hope this game looks interesting to you. Now, of course, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't cover because there's so much in this game. You have all these quests, you have daily quests, you have achievements, you have also a whole research system with 3 different things where you can research different things. You also have a secret shop here that you can buy stuff for resources or for the CDs, which is a premium resource. Of course, there's a VIP race system, so you can unlock VIP, you have VIP chests, and there's a VIP shop that you can spend some of your stuff. As you can see, I've done it myself to get speed ups, XP, potions, all that kind of stuff, and it goes on and on with more and more loot. And you also have a shop, of course, so there's a special characters that you can unlock if you spend some CDs. You can have special items that will give you buffs. You can have packs to level up your city, level up your characters. You have daily packs as well. You have subscription cards, CD supply pack, and you have a development fund. So, you know, if you're used to these kind of games, you've seen these stores. This store is very elaborate. There is really a lot going on, but the game is also very free-to-play friendly, as I've seen really good players perform very well without having to spend anything. It is not as hard pay to win as other games in terms of you do gain a lot from spending, but you also have a lot of generosity from the game itself for just playing and being in a strong alliance. You will get tons of reward and you'll be able to perform and have an important role nonetheless.